retirees? Because you said after November, that you said that after November, if you retire, you cannot receive your stuff, but it says those vested in the city's defined benefit pension shall be entitled to medical, dental, and optical insurance benefits in retirement, and shall be entitled to the same level in retirement as effect on their first day of retirement. But you said after November, if I would retire next year, let's say in 14, and I'm in a defined benefit, what would happen?
If you were vested, if you were vested and you were able to collect.
What do you mean by vested?
If you're vested in the.
I have 16 years.
Okay.
So if I have six, let's say next year, in 2014, I will have 17 years. If I decided to retire at 17 years, what would happen? with this, the way you have it right here.
Right, because you are a member of the city's defined benefit plan, and you are vested in that plan, you would be entitled to, I'm sorry?
She would retire this year. You'd be actively working with zero benefits, and she would have the benefits in place at the time of retirement.
That's correct.
So you have to retire this year.
Correct.
Well, I'm saying, so if I wanted to continue to work, I cannot receive anything, no benefits. But if I retire, I can receive benefits. So they would rather me not work for my money and retire and be paid than work for my money and receive my benefits. Is that not somehow, and I shouldn't say this, but ass backwards? Wouldn't you think the community or anyone would rather me work and earn my benefits than retire and get my benefits? Or is this just a political thing so I won't work? I mean, I'm the only one part-time in effect, as far as benefits. And we all know that. Get the elephant in the room. So if I retire this year, I can have all my stuff. But if I want to work another year or 2 or 4 more, then I have to work with no benefits. But I can retire and sit home and get my benefits.
I think it might affect Dennis too, if he's here long enough. Is that right?
These are the recommendations.
I'm
for any retirement.
You help with that.
No, he doesn't get any pension.
You help with that.
That was
Not eligible
basically
for
put
any
what their
retirement.
recommendations were and presented them to the administration.
I know, but I think I have a right to ask this question.
Some people have tried to say that, especially during election time, but it's not true.
Okay, so what was it, you had to be here so much to bridge back to the other, right?
Yeah, which would be totally impractical.
Okay, let's finish this.
So I'm the only person part-time.
If I could, Councilwoman, our recommendations are seen in yellow, and those are the recommendations that Ms. Schulte went to the Compensation Commission.
Or 13.
That would be 13.
No, I know about 12.
So we went to the commission with the recommendations that you see in 13. They chose to adopt 12. So
Okay.
what decisions they used to make 12 were not any recommendations.
I'm just simply saying that,
Administration.
you know.
They certainly were provided with cost data, but not names of individual.
Well, everyone knows, they know. I went to them last year, I was there last year, they all know, and we all know, everyone knows. This don't play that we don't know. We all know.
And except for one member of the commission, they've all been appointed to that commission for
I know, they've been there a long time, I'm not,
double-digit years.
I'm not saying they are after me, it's not the commission. I'm not
Their
saying
thought
that.
process with the current benefit levels is that there was a tiered
Okay.
system.
I'm just
with
asking.
how and when people were elected, and in their minds, the last time that they met, the words that they expressed to me was the intent was for part-time electeds to not be receiving a benefit, and that this ensured that we got there. That, with this tiered system, if you happen to be reelected or somebody else who had previously been appointed or reelected, they said that didn't solve the problem. So what they adopted in their, opinion
So I'd have to leave.
is what they felt would carry out what the spirit of it was, is that a part-time elected should not be collecting fringe benefits.
But a retired part-time could receive. That's what I'm saying. I just find it odd that, I don't think I've ever quite ran into anything like this or heard it, that they would rather.
But they
be
certainly
not
weren't
working.
interested in taking away somebody who was vested in the defined benefit
No, I
system.
understand
So
that, but
they're not interested in
you would
taking
think if
that
you're
away.
already vested and if you already have your years, that they would allow you to work and do it, and earn the money, and earn it, and work for the community. That's all I'm saying.
It's, in their minds, it's the premise of an elected official who serves in a part-time capacity.
I got it, okay, it just, as I read it when you said that's why when I said to you, would I still qualify, and you said, not next year, but this year.
Correct.
And
It's when
this
you start
doesn't
collecting
affect,
your benefit.
but it doesn't,
When you start
affect
collecting.
pension anyway. Pension would still, like, you know, in Ms. Mulder's case, she would still get her pension, just not the health care. If she was elected after November sixth, right?
And I would still receive my benefits when I retire, regardless if I work another 10 years. When I retire in 10 years, I would still receive my medical benefits and my pension. Why
Sheila,
not?
how many meetings did they meet?
Because
You said I wouldn't get it while I'm working, but I would get it after.
the language is to take the benefits that you have at the time of retirement.
Correct.
Oh, so if I continued working, so that's the way, so I don't run for reelection.
No, wouldn't it
It's
be
to make
that,
it across the board.
that
No,
In all actuality,
there's no
the
across the board,
purpose-
Cheryl, I'm the only person, if you wanna say it's all about me, I am the only
But
person this
couldn't-
affects on council.
couldn't she
No.
retire the day right before the election and get retiree benefits? And then if she were to be reelected, she would still be a retiree. I mean,
I don't know.
is that the way it would work?
I have to be
Well, there
honest.
has to be at least
This
30
is the way it
days
would work.
separation.
So if I-
So you're trying to say-
Period
so if I
of time
retire-
separation for the
So if I
IRS
retired
director.
now and ran for a reelection, then I could still have my benefits.
You don't have to.
No, you'd be in your retiree.
Because you're a retiree.
I could still
Yeah.
run and win for election and still collect my stuff. So all I have
No,
to
you
do is
can run for
retire so
election
many
without
days
retiring.
before the
Right.
election.
Jackie,
Is that correct?
Jackie,
No, so many days, 30, 60,
what?
There has to be a break in
Why would
Monday,
you retire?
Thursday.
no, well,
You run for election, then you.
but I would have to, they said. They said I would have to retire, collect my stuff in order to run for reelection, in order to have my benefits. If I run for reelection and I do nothing, and I run for reelection in November and I win, I get no benefits, so when I retire, I get no benefits. Because
You
that's,
would be running for election in November, you're gonna start that this spring.
no, I'm talking about, if the date I,
That's what you mean.
the date I win or not in November, if I'm still a council person and I win the reelection,
Retire just before the election.
Right.
so many days is what they said, you have to do it 30, 60, I didn't know that, that's why
That's so they can process it.
I'm asking what, I'm trying to find out what
Again,
are the rules.
The date, the time, the amount of time of separation is not a standard the city sets. It's IRS, Social Security, to recognize the point of separation to be adequately separated for retirement. We've had, if you recall, we've had one, I believe, police officer that separated, retired, and then was hired as a PSO. We have a separation issue that.
And I can ask someone in the state, how long, is that what you're saying? It's 30 days. It's 30 days.
If you're on the council and you run for,
So if I retire 30 days prior to the
you
election.
don't have to resign
And
until
I'm
you
reelected,
win
then
the
I will be
election.
okay. I'm not just gonna get
Before.
this.
Well,
You're still gonna
two
get your
different
pension no
things.
matter what.
She's talking about retiree
No.
benefits
Yeah, your pension,
versus
yeah.
But I
getting
won't.
retiree benefits versus not and still going forward. So
Okay, so
Let's
this
say
12,
if-
okay.
but she can still get the benefits just from being on the council.
She would get
things
No.
increased.
I wouldn't get any benefits.
No more.
she would get active benefits if she ran for a full-time office. She would get active benefits.
If I
But she
run
would
for
not be
full-
eligible for retiree benefits
Right.
if she
I got
works
it.
beyond
Yeah,
this
I
election year.
understand. Okay, thank you so much for all you, I appreciate it, I do understand it, I believe now. If I have any further questions, can I call you tomorrow? But I believe I understand